Hello and welcome, Dragon Brawlers, to London Players Guild. I am Scott Sedman, the Guild Master, joined formerly by Guild Master Pia. Had to get it in
Joined
there at least once.
formally. Isn't that
Formerly?
joined by former?
I don't know. We could be joined at the hip. Anyway, we've got vicious rejuvenation reveals today. It was like Christmas. Like, I mean, is there any point in Christmas this year? Probably not. This is
I
this
think
this'll last me.
I think Boris said that Christmas is cancelled.
Ah, well,
Uh,
there you go. Dragon Ball Super Card Game said no. Um, and so with the set 12, we get a new deck, an ultimate deck. And we've got all the cards already, which was a nice surprise. And we're going to break them down, we're going to grade them. Peter, what is graded for those who aren't initiated?
so graded is where we look at the product or cards and we decide how well it sticks, flavor-wise, design-wise, if it's not power crept, if how we feel about the product and how much value it brings to the players into enjoying game rather than just being a cash grab,
Yeah.
for example. If it matches the theme that they're trying to get and things like that. And the other thing I'm going to mention about the Ultimate deck that beside the cards that we're going to see, the Ultimate deck is a very good name for this because we have some really good reprints here, like the Frieza from Draft Box 5 and Protector of the People, the two super rares from Draft Box 5, which are really good, playable, and you also get two copies of Topo Righteous Aid, and they all come in foil.
Yep, silver foil. Ooh.
Yeah, we haven't seen those foils yet. We did have an information that all the foiling in the set is going to be the same as it was in set 10 and 11, and I love the fact that they needed to specifically say that in designer notes.
Had to get that out there after what's it called? The
Draft Box
expansion
6.
and Draft Box 6. It's like, it's good, it's fine. Guys, don't worry. We're back to the good foiling. Like, yeah.
If they're going to step up from that and make it nice silver foiling, I think it might be absolutely amazing.
Yeah. So, like you said, Peter, I think we can both agree straight off the bat that £20 is what this is going to retail at, and it's just value for money right there. Like,
yes, because Protector of the People was around tenner, if I'm not mistaken.
oh, it's €20 now for an English copy, just
How
for
much?
one. €20.
So buying the Ultimate deck essentially is double in the value. Then you have Frieza's, which is also an exclusive card, and Topo, which I think still
Yeah,
has
it
an
still
uncommon.
has a price. Yeah, still.
Exactly.
So just those reprints alone get you the value for this deck.
Yeah.
But we also have a brand new leader and some brand new cards, which we're going to get into now, and they're worth their
Total
weight.
of 10 new cards, right?
I believe so. So let's get into it with our leader, Towa. Not in a... what was it? What did she come in the first time? The anniversary box?
No, yes, the anniversary box.
Yeah.
The very first one was the Overrealm one. Was the anniversary box? Yes.
And now we have another one in another expansion Towa leader, actually. Huh.
Kinda, yeah. Because
Yeah.
this is not. Yeah, this is considered an expansion, not a deck, for whatever reason. There we go.
They're just gonna do what they're just gonna do. So we have Towa. She's got 10k power. She is a demon realm race and a demon god. She's from the Dark Empire saga, obviously, and she has a permanent of treat Dark Broly cards with an original energy cost of 9 or less in your hand, and non-black battle cards with Xena in their character names and original energy costs of 9 or less in your hand as if they have no specified cost, and reduce their energy cost by 1. This is the card that we all thought was gonna be coming. I think most of us thought Mechikabura would have this effect. He still might.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is basically the card that... I mean, we have the expansion tower, but this is the leader that brings them together. And yeah, it's a really good permanent for many reasons.
Of course, it doesn't work with Cell Zeno.
No.
The secret.
Thank God.
Also, I don't think in the Ultimate deck we're getting Cell.
No
Yeah.
Cell and no Tails in the Ultimate deck.
So I would expect seeing another Cell and Turtles in the core set.
I would imagine so, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, sorry. No, carry on.
No, because we already seen the Turtles, so I think Cell would show up as well. And that's my guess,
2 cents.
because I mean, it would make sense, right?
I think so.
Just to have all 7 of them.
Yeah, especially in the nice set where it all comes together. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, there's a cell already in the set, but it's a unison. When this
But it's a cell, not cell Zeno.
It's true. That's true. When this card attacks, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, then draw a card. So the life gain's optional. Lets you turbo the deck if you need to. It's just a standard draw effect on the leader, I think.
Yeah, at the moment it becomes a standard skill on the mid-range leaders, like old Yellow Broly used to be, right?
Yeah, I think.
When you
that's
attack,
fair.
take a life, draw a card, so the card advantage is just piling up there. But they changed it since, I think Gotenks already showed it, that you can add a card from your life to your hand, but you still draw a card.
Yeah.
So you don't have that situation where you can decide to not take a life and not draw. Because that was the situation with Yellow Broly, you needed to take a life to draw.
Yeah. And then so when you're at 4 or less, you draw 1, you untap 1, and then you awaken into Towa and Mechikabura.
See, we have a Mechikabura leader. What are you talking about?
We do. Look at it. Do you know what? I feel like this is like, it's just so good. I can't wait to see this in person. Like I'm so excited to hold this in my hand.
But the interesting thing, this is not rejuvenated Mechikabura.
No, it's not. It is old man Mechikabura.
Exactly. So we are still waiting for the rejuvenated Mechikabura. We haven't seen him in the card game yet.
Nope. And like the blue ball in me, Peter, they were like, Mechikabura's coming in set 12. And he is!
Technically, he was here since set 10.
I like that, though. It really does add that like through line of storytelling to the sets that was missing from basically everything before set 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice that the blocks actually have some consistency to them. You have some follow-up. I mean, we got another support for Gogeta again.
Yeah. So when this card attacks, draw a card, and this card gets plus 5k power. Now, this effect is super good. Like, this is such an underrated effect because I love this effect on the Blue Boo from set 6.
Yeah, it's a 20k attacker, right?
Yeah, it's a really strong effect, and I feel like people just underestimate how strong it is, that your leader is a 20k body.
Yeah.
Like, especially in this deck, if you're just playing it off the bat, you can make this a 25k critical with the Freezer. Like,
yeah,
that
explains why that Frieza is in there, right?
I think so.
That Frieza belongs there because you have multiple multi-strikers there, and it's just a consistent card to get damage. And even with your leader, it becomes a 25k critical, which is that awkward number because when they awaken, they need to use super combo and something.
Yep.
If they're not awakened, that's 2 super combos they need to spend.
Exactly, and also, I mean, if you want to go down the route of double striking, that makes it a what's it called, a 30k double strike on your leader. This is pretty strong, right? You don't want to take that. So that's a cool little auto effect there, but it's nothing new. So then she has auto once per turn when one of your Dark Broly cards or non-black battle cards with Xena in their character name is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill, you get a draw card.
So this is because you need to invest some cards, right, to play this, and this pays you back for that investment. It's all right. I don't have an issue with that because it needs to be removed by a skill. Most likely, after I already skimmed through the cards, you're most likely going to be sitting on one of the 6-drop Black Broly's.
Yeah.
So their best shot is going to be use a skill to remove that.
Yeah, it's very difficult to remove the Broly's without skills.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Although in this deck they can't come back, so you feel better about removing them with a skill.
More justified. I got him, and it's like, oh, he's back next turn. God damn it. It's not so much that in this deck, which it's fine. So yeah, overall impressions of this leader, Peter.
I think it's a bit underpowered. Okay. Looking at some things, it is a strong go second deck, surprisingly.
I could see that. I think that's
looking at the Dark Broly cards. I mean, you could potentially go first, but ideally you want to go second because you want your opponent to hit that magical free energy before you.
Yeah. And also, like, you want to be able to be taking that life and drawing cards as quick as possible.
I I'm not convinced that you want to awaken as soon as possible.
Okay, fair enough. That's a
You do want to draw cards, so you do want to make those attacks, and technically on turn 3 you can awaken if your opponent smacks you once.
yeah.
Yeah, the important thing is with the Dark Broly, your opponent needs to be at 3 energy, and then you can do some crazy stuff.
Yeah, so let's move on to our unison of the deck, Dark Shenron, Tyrannical Savior, the debut of Dark Shenron in the Dragon Ball Super card game and in the West. Yeah, that's a...
Oh yeah, because we don't have heroes.
Yep. You're going to hear me say that a lot throughout this graded series.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
So it's a Shenron, so it can't attack. They're keeping the flavour there, which is always good to see. It's got that awkward number of 16k. We've mentioned it
So
time
15
and time again.
Yeah, 15k doesn't hit it, so you need to combo with your basic attackers. You need to combo at least one card to hit him and remove that marker. And you do want to remove markers from this.
Yeah. Run us through the effect, Peter. Run us through why they want to do that.
So the basic one is +1. You can choose one Dark Broly with cost of 9 or less, or non-black battle. So you can choose one of the Dragon Ball characters, that the Dark Dragon Ball characters. Yeah. That's how I'm going to refer to them.
I think that might be easier. One Dark
in
Broly.
Your hand or drop in your hand or drop area, and place them at the bottom of your deck. If you place a card from your hand at the bottom of your deck, you draw one card. So you either cycle a card from your hand to get more cards in hand, or you can reuse your resources for +1. But then you don't get the card advantage. Yeah. So it's perfectly balanced, as all things should be. And then we have -3, which is auto, and it's very awkward auto. So if your leader card is a towa card and you have 4 more energy, you activate this auto at the start of your main phase. As far as I understand. So you go draw, charge,
main.
Go to main phase, -3, so he needs to have 3 markers at the start of your turn.
Yeah.
You choose up to 3 non-black battle cards with cost 3 or less and Xeno in the card name, or Dark Broly cards from your deck or hand, and play them. Then you shuffle your deck if you looked through it. So you can start your engines with the Dark Dragon Ball characters very, very easily. There is a Dark Broly that you want to play from your deck.
Yeah.
That you just want to have an access to it. It's a 2-drop and you want it. I haven't looked at other 3-drops or less, but the cards that you play, I think all of the cards that you play need to be non-black and cost 3 or less.
Yeah, and the best thing about this is, so naturally you kind of go and skew towards playing from deck, because that's deck thinning is deck winning, right?
Yep.
But due to this leader, she reduces cost in hand, and you can play them from hand. So there's some really sneaky stuff that you could probably get away with.
I think that's what it's supposed to do, because off the top of my hand, I can't think of the Dark Dragon Ball characters with cost of 3 beside the Dark Broly that's in the set.
Exactly.
I think there's a couple of other cards.
Most of them are 4 costs.
The important thing here is you can play multiple of the same card if they don't have unique.
Yep. Yep.
Which I think might see some importance in the future.
I think this is kind of unassuming. It's like, oh, okay, I think I get what this unison does, but then you kind of scratch the surface, and this is why I think this leader does work with this deck really well out the gate. I know we have discussions about Shroom, which we'll leave for another video, but this is such a the
problem I have with this card is that it's fully dependent on your opponent, or you spend so much resources on this, because you need to start your turn with having 3 markers on him.
Yeah.
Which might be more difficult than you think.
Yeah, no, I agree. Skilled players will know not to let this get to 3 before the start of your turn.
No, that's the thing. If it's on 3 markers, then skilled players will just target this.
Yeah.
They will hit it until it's on 2 markers, because you don't have that opening when you can build it up and then use it. I mean, don't get me wrong. For a -3, this is ridiculous effect, because markers usually are worth 1 energy, right?
Yeah. That's general rule of thumb. Yeah.
Yeah, that's generally how the skills are calculated. Here, you get total of 9 energy for 3 markers.
Yeah.
It needs to have a drawback. Let's be honest. And this is a perfectly fine drawback.
Yeah, I like I said, I think it's balanced. I just think it is one of the, like we kind of see with the Black Unisons, is they seem, it's like, yeah, they're okay effects on paper, but then you kind of deep dive into them. It's like the Towa from Giant Force. Me and you were both massive fans of that Towa.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like one day she is just going to come out of nowhere and be like, oh damn, this card's actually really good.
I think it's this situation when the game slows down.
Yeah. That's
when the game
totally
actually goes into playing into turn 5, 6, 7 and having those big boss monsters that don't win on the spot, I think that's when that Towa is going to shine.
Yeah. So yeah, like overall as a unison for this deck and archetype, I think it's really good. Like you say, the actual playability of it, like how it works, I think that's going to take some time to adjust to and some like attunement for players.
Yeah, you would need to play fairly defensive, but you would ideally want something that increases its power, right?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair comment. Just so you can just have it there and not really worry about it, because it can't really
make
attack.
It way harder to hit.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a cool card. Well, like it's one to watch, I guess, is what we can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be part of the engine, and it's definitely going to be wanted to be dropped on turn 1.
Yeah, get that out, try and force your opponent to deal with it, essentially.
Yeah,
because
you can awaken yourself and you can control how it goes, right?
Yeah, and they're gonna have to combo cards away to deal with it. Like we've said, it's like it's at that awkward number where your opponent can't just play their cards, swing at it, and then you lose a marker. They do have to.
If it's turn 1, then they would need to combo at least 2 cards.
Yeah, exactly. So lots of cool things about this unison.
Yeah.
We're gonna move not onto the 7-drop. I think it's important that we start with a 2-drop. I
think so. The 2-drop is going to be important to start here.
So we have Dark Broly. I feel like this is heresy looking at a Dark Broly without 30k battle power. In red.
It is, after what they did, it is, but
it's still a really cool card. So 2 cost, 2 specified red, doesn't really matter in this deck, but it's there. So it's a 1 drop.
Yeah, 1 drop 15k.
It
is unique.
0-5k combo power as well, just in case you wanted it. You don't have to worry about it as being 0-0. But its real effect here is the activate main for 1. If your leader card is black and your opponent has 3 or more energy, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, play up to 1 Dark Broly card with an energy cost of 6 or 7 from your deck on top of this card in active mode, then shuffle your deck. You can't play Dark Broly for the turn. Really good limiter on that, but oh my god, Peter.
So okay, let's break it down piece by piece. It's unique, so you can't play multiple with the Dark Shenron, right?
No, you can only use 1. Thankfully,
you can use this skill with any black leader. It costs 1 energy, but your opponent needs to have 3 or more energy. That's what I was talking about. You want your opponent to go first, so they get to that 3 energy as soon as possible. Essentially, for 2 energy, you can play any Dark Broly, but you can pay 1 energy, add a life to your hand, fail to find Dark Broly, you still can play Dark Broly for the turn, but then you can activate the skill again to take another life. You can essentially pay 1 energy to take a life. Alternatively, you don't need to take the life to play the Dark Broly.
Nope.
And the fact that you can play the Dark Broly, the original Dark Brolys from the last set, or you can play the new 7-drop is important. And yeah, this card couldn't be black.
No, God.
Because for multiple reasons, and this card also means that Child's Wish is forever banned.
Oh God, yeah, it's
this is ideal Child's Wish target.
When people say it's like, oh, they can bring Child's Wish back, cards like this exist to say no, no, don't ever do that. So yeah, let's get into the 7-drop, the new one. And again, this is one of the pros of the Dark Broly archetype is it kind of has a card for any situation you need.
And now it has a brand new one for any situation you need. I'm going to take this one if you don't mind me.
Run us through it.
So it's Dark Broly Unbridled Destruction. It's a 30k battle card, red battle card, but don't let that sway you. 7-drop with 1 specified red. Again, that doesn't matter. 0 cost 5k combo. That's alright. Deflect unique, so you can't stop this skill.
Nope.
X evolve for any 2 energy. You can evolve on top of Dark Broly with cost either 2 or 6. So you can play it in OG Dark Broly, and I love it.
Yep, because it's just 2 energy. Doesn't have to be.
Yeah, and you can evolve it on top of one of your 6 drops.
Yep.
This card is also treated as black in all areas.
Which is beautiful. I love they included this.
We have our first
multicolored black card.
Exactly.
You called it. I have to give you it. You called it. You said at the start of set 11, you were like, "We're going to see a multicolored black card," and here it is. And it couldn't have been a better card for it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely amazing because it is in that red, which is interesting. But they still go around that, so you can still play it in a Dark Broly. It's a 30k card, so it works with Dark Broly. With all the skills and whatnot. Auto, if your opponent's life is 3 or more, and there is a card under this card, so if you evolved into this, or if you played it with that 2-drop we have just seen.
Yep.
When this card is played, switch it to active mode, so I can attack you, and then
I attack with a 30k, okay, and then I'm evolving into another 30k.
Switch it to active mode, then your opponent may choose one battle card from hand, battle area, and drop area. And send them to their warp. If they send 2 or fewer cards to their warp, so in other words, they either choose 0 or choose 3 cards. I actually had very similar effect in the Frieza boss deck that I made.
Yes, you did, actually.
If they send 2 or fewer cards to their warp, you choose up to 1 card in your opponent's life and place it in a drop area. You can't play copies of this card for the turn. You know what's the scariest about this card, right?
Okay, carry on.
It's Dark Broly play. You evolve into this. So you attack once, you evolve into this, you attack second time, then you use your towa, sack this, bring it back to hand, next day replay 6-drop, play this again.
Yep, yeah, you can loop it, yeah.
Yeah, Dark Broly can loop it.
Yeah, and that just shows the power of that Towa, man. She's so good. I love that Towa.
I'm still surprised so many people don't like to play but again, I'm a slower player than the aggro.
Yeah, but even I have my aggressive deck. Even I run it in there. Like, it's just how do you not? Like, you get any card you want back. Like,
yeah, or if you play a card with Overwhelm, you bring it back. But we're talking about different things. I think this card is a brilliant fit. This card is ridiculously powerful. Because it either burns your opponent with crit, or it gets rid of your opponent's resources.
And there's no and I love how they get around the whole hand is a secret area BS that we saw with Beerus from Tournament of Power. It's like you can do that, but then you're going to get burned.
Exactly. But I think this skill would be really strong against decks Overwhelmed decks, because they usually don't have battle cards in the drop area.
Well, yeah, that's true, yeah.
It would be strong if you're playing Shroom.
I was just going to say, there's this new leader, Shroom and Salza.
And the scariest thing is that if I'm going to put this in my Dark Broly deck, right?
Yeah.
And now I need to play Champa. Because this guy can bring down your opponent down to 2 life.
Yeah, true.
Because if your opponent has 3 or more life, if they have 3 life, you burn them for 1, they go down to 2.
And then you hit them with a double strike.
It's so easy to put your opponent down to 2 life right now with this card. And the fact that you can loop it, because this is a black battle card with 30,000 power.
Yeah, and people are going to be taking those 30Ks from your Broly because it's just not worth the resources to combo out of those attacks.
Yeah, and then I just swing with the leader, dump everything again. This is a black battle card with 30,000 power, so even after it's in rest mode, I can combo it with my leader skill.
Yep, and even if they somehow survive this attack, you Assault of the Skies mirror.
I don't go that aggro in, but
no, but yeah. I would in my build.
I think the card is going to bring Dark Broly up.
I mean, it's already there for people who know how to play it, and there's 2-3 different builds of Dark Broly that are really good. So yeah, this just makes all of them better.
Yeah, but in Towa, this is actually also really strong because on turn 3 for 2 energy you can bring this out. Because
Yeah.
you pay 1 for the Dark Broly 2-drop we have just seen, and then pay 1 energy on him. And you also got 2 attacks in there, right?
Exactly.
And most likely a burn. Because you will be controlling what your opponent has on board.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it's such a really fantastic card. Not just for this deck, but for Dark Broly in general. Yeah, it's really good.
I think any deck that could play it would play it.
Yeah, easily a good choice.
It's what I'm going to say. It's yeah.
It's good.
Too strong of a card.
It's good. It's a good card. It's what we like to see. Moving on to Janemba, the Shadow Warrior. I love the artwork on this card. It's so messed up. Like,
is it Janemba falling apart here?
It's like the cube attack, like he does in the movie, but it's all twisted and warped. Like, I love it. It's so cool. It's like he got Thanos snapped.
Half of the Janemba is gone.
Yeah. So he's 2 cost, 2 specified blue. Counter attack.
That's
negate.
good.
Yeah,
That's
really
good.
It's really good. Counter attack, negate the attack. Then play this card. So that's good. If you negated a leader card's attack with this skill, your opponent can't attack with leader cards for the turn. Now, I'm not quite sure about this one, Peter. Like, I feel like you might have a better understanding of this effect than me.
Green Vegeta from set 11. When your opponent activates a counter, it
restands. Yeah, I thought that might have been the case, but I was trying to wrap my brain, like, is there any other real leaders that do that? Like,
yes, of course, Gohan reboot.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. There you go, guys. Gohan reboot is dead.
It's a good thing there's 2 specified blues, so the only leader that can play it for 1 is Towa.
Yeah.
Beside that, Baby can search for it, but it's still a 2-drop.
I still think Silk will probably try and get this in his deck somehow.
I think it's a very strong sideboard card against Reboot, as I said, because Reboot is ever existent, like Aggro is ever existent. Like in Magic, you always have a red burn. In Dragon Ball, we're always going to have Reboot Gohan.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And yeah, this kind of card helps really keep it in check. Yeah. I didn't even think about Reboot Gohan, so yeah, this is why we have you on the show. Thanks for joining us. Next one, Peter.
Frieza, the Shadow Warrior. Look, it's a Frieza support for the set 10.
I love how he's just trying to show off his chest. He's like, look at it. Look at me.
Look at my single boob.
Uniboob.
2-drop, specified to green, 15,000 power, 0 cost, 5k combo, Frieza Xeno, Frieza Clan, Frieza's Army.
All of the Frieza.
When your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, this card can attack your opponent's battle cards in active mode. This card has been created for the new Lord Slug deck, and let's not lie.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's for. Although, to be fair, the amount of cards people have in hand right now, this isn't that unrealistic.
I mean, if you drop it as a 1-drop against their engine, if your opponent is playing Sin Shenron,
yeah,
they drop 1-drop ball on turn 1, and you go, turn 1 this, how many cards in your hand?
7?
Attack into your ball.
It's just like, it's got 1. Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to combo out? No. Okay.
I mean, if they want to combo out, they just lost 3 cards from hand.
Exactly.
I'm fine.
I count that as an absolute win. Yes, it's a really cool effect in and of itself.
Then it has a second effect where if your leader is a Black Demon Realm race, so Shroom or Towa.
Yeah.
I'm going to be saying that, and you know it.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
If this card attack KOs an opponent's battle card or removes a marker from your opponent's unison card, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, then your opponent discards a card from hand.
That's just so good.
Oh.
You're not
Why is this skill tied into a black leader?
Yeah, and a Black Demon Realm race leader. Like,
even that...
I get theme-wise, but...
Yeah, but... This is a skill you would want to see in a green deck.
Yeah, especially that Green Frieza from set 10.
Green Frieza from set 10, even the Lord Slug right now.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. It's an interesting
It's a skill that you would want to see in it. Because in a green leader, you could play that critical Goku, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
that just drops it. I don't understand this.
That's fair. I think that's fair. I mean, maybe it's more fodder for evolution. I guess maybe I don't. I'm not entirely sure with you, Peter. It is a weird one. It does kind of feel out of place in this deck. Like Janemba,
Yeah.
you kind of get where they're going with it. The Dark Broly, we obviously understand where they're going with it. The Dark Shenron, we know where they're going with it. This one, it's like, okay, so it's supporting Lord Slug, but then it has an entirely different effect that can't work with Lord Slug.
Exactly. It's I don't know. I want to rate this card high, but it just doesn't fit.
No,
Unless
I
we're
think
going
that's fair.
to see a Xeno evolve or an X evolve card on top of Frieza Xeno, I don't see the point of this card in this deck.
I think this would be the first card I choose to get rid of.
Other way around. I see the point of this card in this deck because it's a 1-drop 15k that will rip cards from your opponent's hand.
Yeah.
But because you don't need to take a life to rip a card from your opponent's hand,
No.
it just feels out of place. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's a curious one. One that I definitely see.
What I'm worried
Oh, okay.
about is that this deck will end up Jack of all trades, Master of none.
It currently
It has-
is on the precipice of that, I would say.
It has a bit of a counter, a bit of a discard, a bit of a burn.
A bit of
'cause
crit.
we have- Yeah,
Yeah, I can see, and maybe that's what they want because this deck is designed for new and all returning players, and like it is. I feel like you're right. It is kind of trying to do everything in one deck, and it does do it. It's not as if this is incompetent in what it does. It, like you said, it's a 1-drop 15k that has the potential to attack battle cards in active mode, which is huge. And it's also really good at putting pressure on your opponent. But like, is it worth ripping a card from my opponent's hand? I don't know.
I mean, you can just swing it into unison, which is way easier to hit, right? You either
Yeah.
get a negate. On the other hand, it's also a 2-drop. It's so easy to remove.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's definitely a weird one for the deck, and in general. But maybe there's something to it we just aren't seeing right now. But the one,
I think the card is only going to be played in this deck, and that's that.
yeah,
Sadly.
I don't see it in Slug at all.
It had the potential to be like we went Janemba. Oh, it can be played here, here, here. It can be a sideboard card. We had Dark Broad. Oh, it can be played in any deck that can play it, and there is quite a few where you could try and make it play.
Yeah, this one you'd be forcing it into Slug, and I don't think you want to be forcing stuff into Slug.
But then there's no point of it in the slug, right?
Exactly.
Because it has only the permanent that works with it.
Yeah, so it is like an oddball card. One card that's not an oddball card, and I definitely understand its worth in this deck, is Majin Buu, the Shadow Warrior, a 4-cost free specified green. So in your hand, it's a free cost, which is
With no specified.
Yeah, which is also really helpful. It's got 20k power, it's 0-5 combo, unique barrier, which is always great to see. Auto, once per turn, when this card is played, look at the top 7 cards from the top of your deck. Play up to 1 Dark Broly card with an edge cost of 9 or less, or up to 1 non-black battle card with Xeno in its character's name with an edge cost of 9 or less among them, then shuffle your deck. That's huge.
That's yeah.
That is...
I see what you meant with the Dark Shenron.
Yep, so...
playing a 3-drop from hand.
So you get this boy out, and then and obviously this is a target when it's on field for Royal Absorption.
Yeah.
So that's even more power to this Buu. And then obviously...
Royal Absorption is technically searchable now.
Yes, it is. And then it has the auto of once per turn. If this card is in rest mode, when your opponent attacks, it'll either card. They choose 2 cards in their hand and discards them. Like, it's there. I don't really care about this effect in my opinion. Like, it's good to have, but that first effect is what I'm here for.
To be fair, this is way better constructed than the Frieza.
Yeah.
Because this card actually works in Green Vegeta deck.
Yes, it does. It's not if your leader card is a dark a demon realm race leader. Like,
yeah. It's a Majin Buu, right?
It is.
I want to check.
Oh, it's Majin Buu Xeno.
Yeah, I know. But they don't give you an option for Xeno on the website.
Ah, right.
I am looking for promos which are placed. Wait, it was not a promo.
The
It was an
expansion one?
expansion card.
Mm.
Yes. Okay, he's not. Oh, he searches for a green Magin with cost 7 or less. Okay.
Yeah, so you can find him and.
Yeah, no, I was. But I think that the Boo Ball is playing 4-drop Magin Xeno.
Yeah, so you can play it from the deck. And then when it's
Damn, you can tutor this.
Yes, and when it, yeah, like that's what I mean. Like, okay, you bring it out from your deck. Okay, you still get the effect.
You can bring it out. No, you can't bring it out turn 2, cause. No, you can't.
No, because it's not a Xeno, the other one. No.
No, you can bring it out turn 3 though, for 2 energy. Turn 1 you play, turn 2 you play towa or something, and if she survives, on turn 3 you pay 2 energy, discard the Dragon Ball, and play this from your deck.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's really cool. It's a
really good tutor, and it can be played in any black deck with that towa, and I think a lot of green decks could be able to play this as well.
Yeah, I mean, green will get the advantage off of the rest mode, discard 2 once a turn, right? Like,
yeah. But besides that, being able to play the 6-drop Dark Broly.
Gotenks, you can't attack battle cards, can you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, green Gotenks doesn't need this card.
I don't think green Gotenks has a space to play this card.
I mean, it probably doesn't, but I'm just saying it's an option.
But yeah, the fact that you can play a Dark Broly from the top of your deck, for example, the one that rips a card from hand.
Also that one, yep.
Because that works with any leader. It's the activate main that requires Dark Broly leader.
Yeah.
So there's tons of stuff you can do with this. Heck, you can even play. You can pull Royal Absorption with this.
Can you? Oh yeah, 9 or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even need to evolve on top of it. Yeah. Just play it. Just play it. It's fine.
I think this card might actually make Xeno deck.
And now it's not spoilers, but we know Boo's gonna be blue, and in Heroes, Boo does absorb Janemba, so I'm just saying we're gonna get more Xeno Boo. I'm just saying.
I think this card can be amazing, and I think now I see why they made the engine that supports Boo so weak.
Yeah, because they were just like, we can't give them all of this at once.
No, but we do need to get a better support engine for Boo, and I hope that we're getting more engine that supports Xeno, the Dark Dragon Ball characters, in the set, like in general.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair comment. But yeah, really good card. I really do like this card, and it's not just my Majin Buu fanboy coming out. This is just a very good card.
It's a very strong card. You get 2 bodies. It doesn't have deflect, which is nice.
Yeah, so oh my god.
It can be stopped. It's on the 4-drop and 20k power, so it is stopped by Preemptive Strike and Denial of Hope.
Yeah, the 4-cost 20k is kind of the balancing point for Bandai now, I think. Like that, they've kind of settled on that. That's where they want stuff to be.
I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I think that's a nice curve to have. Next up, I'll just let you take this one because we're back into yellow now. I don't know why.
So we have seen this morning Lord Slag supporting mono green.
Like specifically
after the support from Draft Box 6 that was supporting green and yellow multicolors. This one supports mono green. Wings is still the best card of the deck.
Yep.
Just by the way.
Yep. It's hilarious. Like,
and now we go into a yellow Lord Slag, the Shadow Warrior.
Yep.
2-drop, 10k power, 0-cost, 5k combo, unique blocker. He's a Namekian and Slug's army. I think he can be searched with that 0-cost extra card that searches for yellow or green Namekian.
Assimilate.
Yes.
Yeah, it would be able to. Yeah, he's Namekian, so yeah.
Yeah. Auto, you can pay 1 energy if your leader card is Black Demon Realm Race. Oh, Shroom. They definitely mean Shroom here.
Yeah, no,
When,
I agree with you on this one.
when this card is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd, play up to one Lord Slag Xeno card with an energy cost of 9 from your deck and shuffle your deck. Why?
Should we go to the 9-drop? Um,
Yeah, let's go.
it's a multicolor.
Yeah, it's a green yellow. At least they're consistent.
Right, like, I mean, if this was like a yellow and any other color, I'd just be like, Bandai, are you just trolling at this point? You're just trolling. So it's
9-drop, 25,000 power, specified 1 yellow, 1 green, 1 cost 10k combo because it's a multicolor. It's a low slag Xeno. Energy exhaust unique blocker, so keeps the keywords and gets the energy exhaust cost multicolor. X evolve for 2 energy and drawing 1 card. You evolve on top of Lord Slag Xeno with cost of 2, so the one that we have just seen.
Yeah.
Which I think is the only one. We need more of the Lord Slag Xeno.
Yeah, because it's green in the main set, so I don't know what they were doing. I don't, honestly.
I have no clue. What auto once per turn. When this card KOs an opponent's battle card or activates its blocker, switch this card to active mode. So, swing into your card and tap.
Yep.
Oh, block and tap. Block
Yep.
again. So it can stop 2 attacks and kill a battle card.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Auto, when this card is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill, choose up to 1 card in your opponent's hand and up to 1 of their battle card. Place them in the drop area, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's unison card and remove 2 markers from it.
It's fine.
Don't get me wrong, it's only good because you can play it on turn 3 with Lord Slug.
Yeah.
Oh, turn 2. Turn 2. You can play it on turn 2.
Oh yeah, because pay 1
Yeah,
for...
turn 2, you drop Lord Slug as a 1-drop
Yeah.
in Towa, and then that's why Lord Slug has 10,000 power. Oh, you want to swing with your leader to get a draw, do you?
I mean, yeah, right?
Okay, block. Would you like to combo? Nah.
No,
okay,
I'm
it dies, pay 1 energy, drop the 9-drop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when they remove it, because let's be honest, they're going to remove it with a skill.
Oh, yeah.
They lose a card from hand, they lose a battle card on board, and 2 markers from a unison if they have one.
Yeah, it's quite good.
That's the only reason why I like this card, is because you can play it cheaply. And not to say, with that 1 blocker, Lord Slug, yellow 1, the 2-drop, with that 1 block, you can block 3 attacks.
Yeah, yeah.
You block the first attack with the 2-drop, then you block the second attack with this 9-drop, and then it untaps, and then you block a 3rd attack with 1 card.
That's quite powerful, especially for a deck. Like, just, you know, like, hey, that's pretty good.
I think this might be the way to defend your Dark Shenron.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
You drop Dark Shenron turn 1, turn 2 you drop Slug. They're not getting to your Dark Shenron.
No, like they will definitely be having to force it at that point.
And if they didn't hit it on turn 1, it's going to be on 3.
And then
At the beginning of turn 3.
And then hurt happens.
Yeah, and then you get another Lord Slug, you get Majin Buu from hand, and I don't know, a Dark Broly. Because those are the best cards.
I don't know, just this Dark Broly that does things. It's all good. It's all good.
I think the card is actually amazing. The only thing, again, probably you could even drop the 1-drop Frieza there, but, you know.
Yeah, we've already discussed Frieza. we already have our opinions. I mean, and
I think it's going to be fun deck, but I think it's going to feel a lot like AOD. You either get your perfect turn after turn combo, or it ain't doing shit.
I think, yeah, I do see the comparisons to AOD. The only real advantage this has is we have at least 1 more set of support.
Yes, and the only real advantage this properly has is the Dark Dragon Balls.
Which before we do it, we have to mention it's green, yellow, and it's a 9-drop. I mean, success a bit, if ever I've seen any. Like,
oh yeah,
like there's all like you have to mention that now with green, yellow stuff. Like, it's there.
Any free drop AOD, not AOD. It's any free drop green or yellow.
Yeah, there's quite a few actually.
That's in Zeno.
That's in Xeno.
Oh god, I think so. Did I misremember this?
Is there?
Oh, okay. I misremember this. I thought Terrell's is 3 drop. No, he's 4.
No, he's 4.
Good.
I mean, if we see a 3 drop though when they reveal it, oh no.
No, because I'm looking at the Dark Dragon Ball characters, right? So, Yellow didn't got a Dark Dragon Ball character. Turtles is in green. Did we got another one? Oh yeah, we got Slug, didn't we?
Yeah, but he's a 4.
Yeah, he's a 4 as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're both 4. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a thing to note. But like you were saying, Peter, the Dark Dragon Balls, they're the creme de la creme of this deck. And I feel
they're
like
searchable.
The best till last, right?
Yeah, I mean, okay. So it's a 0 cost Dark Dragon Balls. It gets Dark Dragon Balls tag in all areas. They are searchable. We have Mechikabura that once per turn adds it from the deck. We have what's the other one? Towa. That,
Yes, Science and Magic.
Science and Magic, which in Dark Broly can search this. So I am going to look into playing Dark Broly. And you have the Towa from expansion set that can search this in your deck or drop area.
We should mention that that Towa from the expansion set can pretty much play any of these she wants.
Yes. No, she plays 4 drop or less.
Yeah, but in your hand they're 4 or less, pretty much.
Yeah, she can't play the Lord Slug or the Big Dark Broly.
Oh well, yeah, no, but like, I mean, to be fair, if she was playing them, she would be even crazier than she is now.
Yeah, but you can tutor, for example, that Majin Buu when you have free energy.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
So, Dark Dragon Balls. If your leader card is a Black Demon Realm race, and you can use it with Shroom. Look at up to 7 cards from the top of your deck. Add up to 1 Dark Broly card, a Dark Dragon Ball character, or Black Unison with 16,000 power, so the Dark Shenron.
Yep.
To your hand, shuffle your deck. You can't activate main skills on copies of this card for the turn. But that's what would make it more doable to get that perfect play of yours, right? Turn 1, turn 2. Because you go turn 1, you need 2 cards, right? So turn 1, you go Dark Dragon Balls, find the first piece of your combo. Ideally, you find Dark Shenron there. You drop Dark Shenron turn 1.
Yeah.
I think if that's what you're going for, you want to go first.
Yeah.
Because then you don't really care for that Dark Broly. You're just like, I just vomited.
I drop it anyway. You don't have to worry about that.
So I dropped Boo from hand, 2 battle cards from the deck. Then from Boo, I'm dropping another 1 from the top 7.
Yeah.
It's the fact that it looks at top 7. AOT didn't have that.
No.
AOD looked at the top 5 or top 2. I think top 7 and the amount of things you can find.
Yeah, it's going to be most of your deck. It'll be like the Dark Broly thing where you're looking for 30Ks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can play this in Dark Broly as well, which is... So I'm going to look at the top 7. I'm going to find that 7 drop. So I can play it on turn 2.
Yeah, because it's only a Unison card with 16k power. The rest, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can add any Dark Broly. So
Dark Broly
turn
or any,
1,
yeah.
Union of Science and Magic. Then use the leader, look at the top 5, mill 3. And then use this, check the top 7. And ideally find the 7 drop, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think the card is... In Dark Broly, you can loop it. Because Science of Magic can pay 1 energy and bring this back from your drop area to your hand. And this is a card I would pay 1 energy to bring back.
Oh yeah,
easily.
easily.
This card at 1 energy cost is still busted.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh wait, you can't use it in the Dark Broly. Never mind.
Oh, because it's Demon Realm.
Demon Realm race.
Oh,
really good card. I got excited for no reason.
Oh well.
But you can use it in Shroom. You can't loop it though.
That's fine. It's fine. Wait, no, can Mechikabura add it from your drop?
From the deck.
Deck or hand. Deck to hand, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it. Well, we almost thought
the 1 drop Towa from expansion, when played, she adds from deck or drop.
Oh, then that's not too bad then.
Yeah, there are ways to bring it back from your drop. But the fact that it's tutorable, I think Shroom could use it because it can tutor Mechikabura.
Yeah, it can.
Tutor Mechikabura for 1 energy, then add this to hand, then tutor another card to hand. That's why I think Shroom has a potential to be a very interesting deck.
Yeah, and I think that's something we should probably just touch upon before we go into our grading of it. Whilst this leader is cool and it does work for it, I think we're on the same lines of Shroom probably might be the Xeno leader we're looking for.
Like, I think if you go into that play where you want to go the linear play, this is the better leader.
Oh yeah, like if you just want fun Xeno deck that does fun Xeno things, this is a pet. Like you pick it up, it's perfect, it's great.
Yeah,
But
I do think that more interesting one and more controlling one would be Shroom.
yeah, like the aspect
With
of
some
controlling your opponent's
Xeno-
drop.
Yeah, with some Xeno package. I think I would build Shroom black and red
Yeah, I could see that.
to use that Dark Broly, Topo, and give crit
Yeah,
with
that-
Frieza.
that would also work. Yeah. So
I
Peter,
need to read the Shroom cards properly to see if I can use if it doesn't need the mono black.
that's fair. So Peter, grading. Where do we stand on this? So we have to take into account that obviously all of this is pretty much on theme. Even the Frieza is on theme, even if it doesn't make sense to us.
It is on theme on what it is. It doesn't make sense as
as
a
what
card
it
for
is,
the
yeah.
game. It
And
feels
oh no, carry on.
the design of the cards for me feels a bit limited.
Okay,
It is this type of a product that AOD was.
that's fair.
Essentially, this is AOD 2.0. It is not something we didn't expect. So I don't think, as much as I love the theme. I love how it looks like. I like gimmicky decks. I like combo decks and things like that. And this is a brilliant combo deck. I think it's solid. It's well designed. It's not busted. It's strong. It has its place. It's easy to stop because, for example, the Dark Shenron play is easy to stop. Turn 1, you see Dark Shenron, you deal damage to it.
Yeah.
Then they need to have a second Dark Shenron in hand, and they're still going to lose that Dark Shenron.
Yeah. I think
So there are ways to easily stop it. It is balanced. In some situations, I think it's too balanced.
that's fair. I think that's fair.
If that makes sense, but
we've seen it though. We've seen Bandai do this where they're
that is
overly
being-
cautious.
That's being paid by the leader skill. If you use Towa leader, they stop being too balanced. They just become fair.
Yeah, I think
They're not overbalanced, they're fair. But if you don't use Towa leader, I think you need to play way slower. There is a couple of good cards that support their own archetype, which I like to see. Like the 7-drop Dark Broly, Janemba, which is a good card. Majin Buu, which supports the Majin Buu archetype.
which it
It
needs.
actually supports Majin Buu archetype, not saying anything about the Majin Buu, but the fact that this is a 4-drop you can play from that archetype makes that archetype worthwhile playing.
Oh yeah, easily.
That's how strong this card is.
Like that boot is actually crazy. Like
It now makes sense to take your own life to activate that field spell.
yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. That's how strong this card is.
Yeah, any card that can do that retroactively is good support, right?
Yeah. Lord Slug, I think if they didn't push for Lord Slug to be mono green,
That it's just
I
so
think
awkward.
I think this would find brilliant place in the Lord Slug deck. I think it might see play in the old Lord Slug deck.
I think someone's gonna crack it, right? Like, there's clearly a deck and there's an idea there. I don't see it.
I think this is the missing link because this is what makes you want to play yellow.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Yeah.
Because this card is just scary. But on the other hand, it doesn't work in Lord Slug because I just read the card.
No, it doesn't.
Demon Realm Race. Never mind, the card is just bad.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing. I think for me, on the design, they went too safe. It's fun concept, and they made fun cards that would work in their archetypes, and then show them a middle finger.
Yeah, Freezer and Slug got a bit of a shaft here, and it's a shame. It's a shame.
It's weird.
But we also can't discount the reprints that are also in this deck.
Yes, as a product, I think it's a very strong product. I really, really like it. If we were just talking for the value, it would be easily in the S tier.
Oh yeah,
but
the value proposition is not even questionable.
Yeah, but the design, the shafting of Slug and Frieza, which I really liked as a deck, even though I only played with Frieza deck. I never played.
I
with
mean,
Slap
yeah,
deck.
I was going to say you picked up 2 of the green starter decks for Frieza. You like that deck, yeah.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to stick with A because they made good reprints. They make a deck that you can literally grab 2 of and go to a tournament.
Yeah, I think
I'll give them that. They made that. But as far as it fits in the game, it's nothing unexpected because we called the leader skill.
Oh yeah.
It's something. The whole design just reeks of AOD.
Okay, that's fair.
Which is not something new. It's the same problem I had with a new Overrealm leader, that's SS4 Goku.
Yeah, no, that is definitely fair. That is something you are consistent when you do critique this game. Like, I can totally understand that, line of thinking.
Yeah, when you make something that you want people to get hyped about, it needs to be something that hasn't been seen. And this is essentially an old design slapped on the new characters. And actually, both are from Heroes.
Yeah. I was going to say, especially when you look at set 12, and there is so much new in there. There is so much.
Set 12, I've already looked at some cards. I'm quite sure that at least 2 or 3 colors are going to get S tier from me there.
Yeah, without spoiling things, I made a joke in our little group chat about with all the creators from Europe, and it was just basically when Scott comes to grading Peter, you can't just give all of the archetypes S tier, Scott, and it's but I want to. It's
But to be fair, it is something unique. The whole set is about something unique.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I think we will need to adjust ourselves a bit when we go into set 12. But it is. I'm looking forward to doing graded for set 12 because it looks amazing. As I said, this one I will stick at A. It is doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, right.
It's nothing brand new. It's something that old players and brand new players can easily pick up, understand the game, see the differences in different colors, because all of those colors actually show you what the card do, and they threw in the multicolor to show people how the multicolor cards work as well. Because they're not
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's really because you've got a bit of Ben with Broly, you've got discarding with Frieza, you've got the blue negate. Yeah,
it's as we said, it's a jack of all trades, master of none. But for new players, it's brilliant. For old players, it just shows you which direction the game went, and it's something they can easily pick up 2 of, make a deck, go to a tournament, and be happy with it.
And for older players,
good reprints.
I was going to say that's the hook for older players. Is hey guys, you remember these really expensive cards that are good and everyone wants?
But the thing is that people who are playing
have them
already. Already have them. Yeah. The new players. This is a way to break that.
Yeah, a lot of that barrier entry is people the cards from draft boxes too expensive. You've just gotten 3 of the best cards from draft boxes. 2
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we're spending 40 quid, and you actually have way more than the 40 quid would get you at Card Market, for example.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm in agreement. I was teetering on A+. But when you do think about it, that Lord Slug does feel out of place. That Frieza does feel out of place. There are cards like the Majin Buu where it is that makes me want to put it in S tier straight away. I love Towa and Mechikabura there. The Dark Shenron actually being here makes me so happy. But I can't just base this on theming. I do actually have to look at this with a bit of a critical eye, and I think that does hurt this deck is the Freezer and the Slug. Granted, it makes it very easy to choose which cards you want to pick out of it, but yeah, that's not a plus. I think a very solid A, and like you said, value proposition, don't even think about it. If you've ever wanted those cards, if you've never been in a position to get them, if you want to pick up a deck that's going to be quite fun to play, not super difficult, not super easy, but still quite fun. This is going to be the perfect buy-in, and that's what it's designed for.
It's the perfect level for locals. I don't think it's something you'll take to regionals, but locals, online events, this is going to be a really fun deck to play. So make sure that you go to your LGS and pre-order those.
Yeah,
if they still have them in stock.
I was going to say this is I was going to say this is the first time in a long while that I feel like you can probably say go out and buy this deck. But I was going to say, the starter decks from Unison Warriors were actually pretty good. But before that, like, starter decks were just kind of, they're on theme for the set.
You only bought starter decks if you needed certain exclusives, right?
Yeah.
Like Chain Attack Trunks.
I think that's a really fair point. Like, or you're just interested in what that deck does, like Black Mass saying.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a very good starter deck.
I think this one is way more than we expected altogether.
Oh yeah, the reprints knock this up and just been like, yeah. But
It
again,
does remind me. I think I know exactly what this is. This is a Magnificent Collection.
But at a better price point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have only one deck to choose from. You don't need to buy 4 decks suddenly.
Yeah.
But this is essentially a Magnificent Collection. And if we looked at it that way, it would be easy to see that you needed to pre-order that if you were a shop.
Yeah.
It's a good product. I'm really happy. It's definitely a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and I think that's a good place to end this one. So we're both pretty happy with the A grade. There are elements of this that are an S. We're not going to take away from that. Like the value proposition alone is an S. Like you can't get around it. Like,
but the product is not only the value.
No, exactly.
The product. They're not selling you They not only sell you collectibles, they also sell you game pieces. So you need to judge it as a game.
And that's what we do. Like, we try and be fair, and we try and incorporate our fan biases, and I think A is the best grade we can give this. Like,
well, game is supposed to be fun. Is this deck going to be fun? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it going to be fun, competitive, and everything else in between? No. It's not going to be competitive. It's going to be fun. It's going to teach you the game. And it does what it's supposed to, but it doesn't do it in any special way.
Yeah, Jack of Trades, Master of None.
Yep.
So I've just got Seven. Peter, you've been Peter, and we've got a lot of good content coming on this channel. We're going to be grading the red cards and the black cards. You're going to see those over the course of the week. We're going to have a discussion on the new mechanic Rejuvenate, and I think we're also going to dive into some of the design notes and what that means. But we're not doing a full breakdown.
The design notes have been too long. Probably we're just going to go through it and just find our snippets that we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Rather than just go.
Yeah.
If we going with our conversation over that, it's going to take 2 hours at least, and no one is going to sit for that.
Yeah. So thank you all for watching. We've been London Players Guild, and we will see you next time.
And remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
There we go. We did it. We're professional YouTubers now. We're good.